What's going on, y'all? It's TCG here, back again with another video, and today I want to talk to you about what decks I think you should be playing in OP-07. But before we jump into that, I want to shout out today's sponsor. That's going to be Dueling Guard. Huh? You still aren't using Dueling Guard? Then you aren't using the best TCG accessories on the market. Dueling Guard makes the highest quality TCG deck boxes with the most stunning artwork I've ever seen. Their modular design allows for easy access to your decks and dice. They don't just make deck boxes, they also make the highest quality binders with side-loading pages to keep your expensive cards safe and protected. They also make high-quality playmats and now even sleeves. I personally use their sleeves on all of my cards and cannot go back to another sleeve after I've been using theirs. They are grippy and slick when you need them to be, and I have no doubts that my cards are protected in them. Gear up with Dueling Guard to protect your cards in style. Don't forget to use code GUMGUMTCG to get a discount at checkout. Alright, y'all, so I know we just did tier lists, but I've got another tier list for you. I just felt like this would be the best way to kind of explain what I'm going for here, and I feel like I've articulated it pretty well on these rankings, if you will. So at the top we have Play to Win. These are going to be your decks that you're going to play if you want to win your locals, if you want to win your big events. These are the decks that are going to do it. Then at the bottom, we're going to have Play for Fun. These are going to be your decks that are maybe new or got new support or something like that that you should try out and check out. Play it for fun, have a good time at your locals, maybe at a big event, something like that. And then, of course, we have the in-between. It's going to be something that you can play and maybe win with at a bigger event or your locals, but also have a great time doing it. And this is just my opinion. I'd love to know your opinion down in the comments below, and if you like this kind of content, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. Now let's just go ahead and jump into it. We have off the bat a whole bunch of new 07 leaders to cover. We have a whole bunch of meta decks. We have a whole bunch of new fun decks that also got new support in not only EB, but as well as 07. So starting things off, we have Monkey D. Dragon, and I think this is going to be a deck that you can go and play for fun. I think this is a great leader to, if you're new to the game, maybe pick up some cards for and have some fun trying out the Rev Army strategy. This is a deck that is going to be great for it, and I think you're going to have a great time playing it. It's very aggressive, very fast-paced, and very cool leader. I mean, it's just better starter deck Luffy, but I think being able to shift the Dawn around is really cool. I don't know, really fun. I'm excited to test it out myself, and I think that it's a great option to go to your locals and have a fun time with. Now next we have Jewelry Bonnie, and I'm gonna say Play to Win. Now when I put these in this Play to Win category, that doesn't mean that these decks aren't fun to play, but they're definitely not as lighthearted and fun. Some of these more fun decks have a little bit of a different strategy behind them that make them fun, whereas they might do funny things. They might interact with cards differently than a competitive deck would, or they might make your opponent laugh when you flip over your leader card because they think it's funny, and you're going to have a much more interesting game than, I don't know, a red-purple law mirror match or watching Enel and Black Luffy play for 30 minutes together. Like, these are going to be your decks that are there to win. You're going to have a better shot at winning with them, and I'm not saying that they're not fun to play. I'm saying that they are definitely more competitively geared than these fun decks. So just wanted to set that straight before we continue to move forward. Next we have Foxy, and again, these are also in no particular order on the tier list either, so keep that in mind. Foxy, new cool purple leader from 07, a fun purple leader, has a cool gimmick to kind of play around with your opponent's stuff, kind of make them play slower. I don't know, it's cool. It can ramp fast. It's really funny. I need to tap into this and see what these cards do a little bit more. Maybe build it up and take it to locals one week myself, because it seems pretty damn funny to me. Next we have Black Lucci. This is definitely going to be one of your more win decks. Like if you're wanting to win and you're wanting to play a black aggressive control-y deck that controls the board state, pops your opponent's stuff, Lucci's going to be your deck for this format. Moria and Sokka have kind of taken too big of a hit to be as powerful as Lucci is now, or even Law, but Lucci, definitely your new removal based deck that is very controlly. And then next we have Vegapunk. If you're looking for a fun yellow leader, I think the Vegapunk's a great option. Now, this leader can't attack, which kind of holds you back a little bit, but you do get to consistently heal and play bodies from your hand. And now, I think that this leader is not crazy strong. I think that it does have some inherent strength, just being able to heal every turn or play a body every turn. And the Egghead cards that we have access to now are pretty decent. So we get more of them in 08 as well. So definitely interested to see what those do to help the deck go forward. But for now, definitely a super fun deck and leader to try out. Now, finally, we have our first in-between leader. I think that Boa is going to be your in-between. And maybe even Dragon as well, now that I'm thinking about it. I think Dragon's on a little bit of a different tier than these two. But I think the Boa, just having access to blue removal cards, being able to play at a certain tempo, make your opponent play at a certain tempo, and gain advantage while doing it, that's great. But I think that it has a hard time stacking up to some of the best decks in the format. And it's still super fun. You get to play with a whole bunch of new cards, and you get access to all the 7 Warlord stuff. I think that it's a great leader. I think it'll be some cool, good, fun games, and you'll have a great time doing it, and you might even be able to win doing it. Next, we have Red Purple Law. This is definitely your play-to-win deck. This deck is a lot of fun to play, though, I will say. I've played around with Law. It's really fun. It feels very good. It feels very strong. The plays you get to do are intricate, and you do have to think about your plays and your Dawn management, but it is the strongest deck in the room, and I definitely think it's the best deck for 07. And yeah, if you're wanting to win, definitely play Law. You'll have a great time playing it too, but you'll definitely be able to take those games down if you know what you're doing. Same with Enel. Enel got some awesome new yellow generic cards in 07, and lo and behold, he's back out of the grave. Never dies, never will. Cockroach. And yeah, if you're wanting to win, definitely recommend trying out Enel. How fun is Enel to play? I don't know. It really depends on how much you like seeing your opponent squirm. Next, we have Black Yellow Luffy, and I want to put this in between because definitely more on the play to win side, but this deck is so much fun to play. If you have not given Black Yellow Luffy a chance yet, I definitely recommend it. This leader is so intricate to play at times and has you really thinking in certain ways that other leaders wouldn't have you thinking. It's very, very... It makes my brain process in the same way that it does when I play Queen, and I really like how it feels. I love how this deck plays. I love the new cards that we get access to, and really excited to test this out. If you haven't tried it out, I highly recommend it. I think you'll like it. And then next we have Ivankov. I'm going to put this in between. You know, I don't think that this is going to win your games all the time, but I think it definitely has some legs, and it's going to be more on the play for fun side. Definitely something that you are going to have a great time playing. You might not win every time you play, though, and I don't think you're going to be winning big events with it either, but I think it has some legs. Definitely more legs than Vegapunk and Foxy do. And then next we have Iceberg, and I'm going to put this in play for fun as well. This leader not being able to attack definitely holds it back, and it's still super fun, though. I think it's a super fun leader to play. Just being able to pump out free bodies and get free advantage from them as well. The new cards from EV really help step this leader up a lot, and I really think it's something you should try out. Everyone should try out playing a leader that can't attack at least once. It makes you think about how to play your cards a little bit differently. And then next we have Purple Yellow Croc, and I'm also going to put this in play for fun. If you haven't tried this leader, it's insanely fun. I think we get some great new cards for it in EB, even some generic cards that can go in it from OP-07. And yeah, I've been loving this leader lately. I'm biased to it right now. I think it's super fun. I used to say this leader was trash. Now I think this leader is awesome. Next we have Green Uta, and I'm going to put this right in the middle, in between. I think this deck still has legs, whether they're tall, strong legs or short, stumpy legs. Can't really tell you yet, but I do think that this deck has some ability to fight against certain decks very well. Play a nice, long, grindy game state and gain a lot of advantage. And if you don't attack them fast enough, you don't clear out their board, they can definitely catch a dub on you. But very fun to play. You get to search like every single turn. You get to amass a large amount of cards in your hand, and you get to stick a whole bunch of bodies on field all at once. So definitely something to play around with. Next we have Green Zoro Sanji. blue-green Zoro Sanji, sorry. And people have been talking about a 7 Warlords build of this. My friends have been talking about it at locals, and definitely something to look out for. Just a cool leader that definitely needs some more exploration, and I like what people are starting to do with it. Next, we have green, yellow Yamato, and I'm going to put this in between as well. This deck has legs. That double attack on that leader is just very, very powerful, and at the same time, it can be very fun to hit them with that double attack. So I think it deserves that in-between slot. And then next we have Hody Jones. Play this for fun, or play this to win. I don't really know where to put this, man. Definitely a fun deck. Super cool to hit your opponent with a Noah's Ark or Vanderdecken. And maybe there's better decks to play those cards in, but it's also funny just to whip out the big hat at locals. And then next we have Green Black Perona. I'm going to put this in between as well. This deck's super fun. I was playing this at the beginning of 06 format. Great deck, super fun to play with, but I think that it just struggles when you compare it to something as strong as Rob Lucci or at the time Gecko Moria, Sakazuki, stuff like that. This deck is definitely a little bit more control based, and there's a Wano version running around right now. People have been testing out in the OCG, did pretty well, and I definitely think we're going to see a lot of people trying to adapt that same thing to the TCG here once 07 comes out. So be keeping your eyes out for this leader. Definitely think it's something that you could have a good time with and maybe even catch some wins. And then next we have Nami, and as fun as it is to play Nami, it's not fun to play against Nami, but I will say it's definitely a fun deck to pilot. It makes you think. Not playing Nami is a different game. It's not like anything else that you can experience in the One Piece card game, and also playing against Nami is that same feeling. It's a different kind of game that you don't get to play against many other leaders. And yeah, if you haven't played Nami before, I definitely recommend trying it. You know, it's not like you got any crazy new boosts or cards from this set, but if you're new to this game and you're looking for something to play, this might be your deck. It's a little bit like Solitaire, but at the end of the day, if that's what you like to do and that's what you enjoy playing, play it. I think everybody should at least try Nami once. I think it's a good, fun deck to play. Next we have Katakuri, and I'm going to put this in between as well. I definitely think this deck can win, but it can be fun to play as well. Just drop multiple 10 drops on your opponent at times, have a massive amount of cards in hand, trigger a bunch of cards out of life. Super fun to do that to your opponent sometimes, and usually can catch a dub against some players with those 10 bombs. And then next we have Gecko Moria. I'm also going to put this in between. Right now, it's not the top deck anymore. It lost some consistency and power from the removal of Great Eruption, but milling cards and playing free cards out of your trash is super fun. I always had fun playing Gecko, but I have horrible luck, and for some reason always mill really, really bad when I play it. So I had to put the deck down. I couldn't take it any longer, but definitely think it's something you should try out. And I'm going to put Dofi right next to it too, because Dofi is a similar concept to Moria in how it plays and how its leader effect works, but is more control-y, blue-oriented, definitely similar to Boa as well, but got a whole bunch of new 7 Warlord support in this set, and definitely can be a lot of fun to play. I'm itching to get those cards in my hands and try this leader out. Next we have Red Yellow Sabo, and I'm also going to put this in between. We have a whole lot of decks in between right now, and I think that's where the rest of these are going to go. Actually, I'm just going to go ahead and slap them in here. Red Yellow Sabo, I think I talked about this in my Rogue deck tier list. If you haven't checked that out, I'll have a link above my head as well as in the description below. I think this leader is just exactly like what we saw with Red Purple Law. It's a great shell for a awesome potential tier 1 leader that just isn't there yet. It's missing some cards, but it's so generic that if we get the right support cards, boom, instantly I think this deck will be tier 1. Being able to heal every single turn while also getting a 7k body on the field and swinging with it most of the times because they have rush, or just already having it on the field from the last turn. However you got the body on the field, you're always getting extra advantage off of it. I think this leader's awesome. I think it has some great potential moving forward, and it's definitely super fun to play against and super fun to play. I've played against this multiple times. It's very hard to think about how to kill your opponent when every single turn they can stick a body and heal it away, especially if they're playing cards with rush, like they just get to put them on the field, swing, and then put them away instantly. It's very hard to deal with sometimes, but definitely recommend checking it out. And then also we have Red Edward Newgate. I think this is also another deck that beginners should try out, at least look into. You know, the cards aren't super expensive, and the deck is inherently powerful. I think you'll have a great time playing it, and yeah, you'll definitely catch some wins with that deck too. That leader is very strong. And then, of course, we have our good old buddy, the OP-07, or not OP-07, the pre-release leader staple, Eustace Captain Kidd. Being able to attack twice is insane, and this leader does it the best. And I think that the new Supernova support is going to give this leader a lot of new fun tactics, and definitely worth trying out. If you're going to be playing Bonnie, maybe try out Kidd. Swap out for that Kidd leader every once in a while. You know, you never know what's going to happen. But that's about all I have for y'all this video. I tried to keep it short and sweet. These are the decks I think you should be trying out and testing in 07. I tried to put in all the 07 leaders, and then also some good stuff for new players. If you are a new player, make sure to hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss out on another video and catch some awesome content on this channel. But yeah, I hope you found this video nice and informative, and hope you get a good idea for what you want to play in 07 now. And I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.